Hello to everyone that is part of the yangGang or a Andrew Yang supporter. Um, I am making this video to spread the message about doing more of a incognito approach to spreading the word about Andrew Yang. So one of the things that needs to happen is there's a lot of searching for Andrew Yang, and if you've noticed, certain videos are popping up more quickly because they got Andrew Yang in the title, which is good for those who are looking for Andrew Yang. Now, because of the nature of how things are set up, because of the primaries being set up before the actual general election, what we actually want to do with these videos that we're creating and posting is we want to make sure that we start getting some cross traffic. So what I mean by that is if your tags, descriptions, keywords, etc. are talking specifically only about Yang, that's great for somebody trying to find Yang or specifically looking at one of his policies because they heard about him from somebody else or from one of your other videos, etc. But really what we should be doing is we should be courting some of the other groups that have either never heard of him or have somebody else already in mind. And these people are not our enemies. They are our allies. They just don't know it yet. So what we need to do is we need to have more cross-platform searching. So if you make YouTube videos and you're talking about this kind of stuff, without being abrasive, what you want to do is include differences between the main contenders. So Sanders, Biden, Warren, you want to have those keywords, have those things included with your search. This does two things. One, it's going to get you cross traffic specifically from those other candidates, the other head primary people. And the goal would be that simply by having somebody like Sanders inside there, they're going to be looking up their own candidate and they would come across your video, which is a comparison feature. And because they're comparing the two or a policy or something like that, they're more familiar with how Yang's policy differs from the policy that they're currently in agreement with. So those are the kinds of things, and I want to make it very clear that this is not meant to be an adversary situation, because in the primaries you're just trying to get the differences between these people. There's no opponent, right? And I just need to make that very clear. Secondly, Yang, because of his lack of coverage in the general media, hashtag media, Yang media blackout was trending for a while and stuff. There's support that you can actually gain from Republicans and conservatives. We know that within the yangGang, we've actually had several Republicans or former Trump supporters actually enroll as a Democrat just to get him into the primaries, or just for the primary purposes. And this is actually really good. I try to think of the concept that these are also potential allies. And like Yang points out, we are going to want everybody, whoever they voted for before, everybody, regardless of their party affiliation, to be on the same page when it comes to the general election. So with that being said, I suggest also courting Trump voters, Republicans, and conservatives within your title, within your description, within your key tags, right? This will get picked up more. Yang has been on Ben Shapiro. He's had some small bits on Fox, and those clips are used and they are seen by others. And the outlets that are not in favor of CNN or MSNBC, those outlets can actually be your ally, because they can bring attention to the fact that, if Yang isn't getting attention because he's not part of the elite, he's not part of, the traditional establishment, that he's being ostracized and excluded for whatever reason. And this is actually something that would be pointed out, and in that way these people are going to be your allies. We want this to get spread out to more than just the yangGang, and that's one thing that I've seen, is that there is remember, the algorithms love to funnel people into groups, into natural groupings. So a lot of your feed is going to be Andrew Yang material, and what we want to do is we want to kind of adjust the algorithm so that you start seeing Andrew Yang in comparison to Warren or Sanders, and you want to see more of these side-by-side options and things and explorations, where if I'm somebody who is supporting Elizabeth Warren, I'm going to be clicking on it to learn more about Elizabeth Warren and why she's better as a candidate. But when I start to see the side-by-side comparisons, I won't be able to deny the points that Andrew Yang is bringing up. And at the very minimum, what might happen is you eventually convert a few to recognize Andrew Yang, and they actually now have strong reasons to explain why Elizabeth Warren would not be as strong of a candidate in comparison to Andrew Yang, and she can spread that message because there's a different perspective there. There's a very different perspective, and that is a valuable resource. So one of the greatest, what really started to give me this idea and really made me want to push this video, and subsequent ones I will later, is the idea that there was this tweet, and the tweet had a picture of Donald Trump with the "Make America Great Again" hat, and inside the tweet it said, every American, America's so great again that every American can now get $1,000 a month for every United States citizen over the age of 18. But the fake news, liberal media is not letting you know this. Google the freedom dividend and look into what you've made, you've done, America, and that sort of incognito approach, that sort of undercover approach is going to get recognized by a very specific audience that was interested in Donald Trump and is a strong Trump supporter, and it's not saying anything wrong about this other candidate. It's simply using it as a means to get their attention, but educate them so that they will look into this stuff on their own. This is kind of an interesting idea, and so I just wanted to kind of put out there this approach of having some of that cross traffic. The Trump supporters are not the enemy. Libertarians, Democrats, progressives, like there is no side or team, and for the most part, I've seen that the yangGang and Yang supporters are very positive, and they tend to share links and tend to have positive dialogues back and forth with other people within comment sections. So, obviously I still encourage that, and this is just something that from a technical standpoint would be advantageous for the yangGang to take advantage of. So please spread the message to get more cross traffic. If you think that the cross traffic really needs to come mainly from the other Democratic contenders, then go ahead and take that approach. If you think it's more of a throughout the United States, let's get some new people registered to vote, even if they traditionally would not be registering as a Democrat, then do that as well. There is no wrong way of doing this. All I'm trying to say is I'm trying to explain that we want to get outside the natural algorithm that's going to put all the yangGang and all the Yang videos into just one bubble. And I think he's really good at getting outside that bubble because, he's gotten endorsements from different people in different sectors. And we kind of want to spread that out so it's more than just that, because word of mouth is the strongest form of advertisement and endorsement out there. So With all that being said, thank you for watching. Please spread the word. Have a nice day.